Good morning, students. Today we will be starting with the animal tissues. We have already completed plant tissues. Now the first tissue which is under animal tissues is the epithelial tissue. Now under what the characteristics of epithelial tissue is, it forms a thin layer of cells. Okay. It covers the surface of the body and forms the lining of various body cavities and internal organs. Now, what is the function of the epithelial tissue? It is protective, secretory, absorptive, and even sensory. Okay. Now, to classify the epithelial tissue, it has been classified under shapes, layers of cells, and modification. Okay. Now we come to shapes. Under shapes, depending upon the shape of the epithelial tissue, it is divided into three types. Number one, squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and columnar epithelium. Okay. According to depending upon the layers of cells, it is divided into two types, that is simple epithelium and stratified epithelium. Now stratified epithelium is when the simple epithelium has multiple layers. When the epithelium has multiple layers, it is known as stratified epithelium. Okay. And the stratified epithelium, the types are depending upon again the shapes. Okay. So if it is squamous, if it is cuboidal or columnar, it will be known as squamous stratified epithelium, cuboidal stratified epithelium, or columnar stratified epithelium. Under modification, okay, it is ciliated epithelium or glandular epithelium. Now we come to the first type, which is the squamous epithelium. As seen in the diagram, it has a basement membrane on which the cells are placed. Okay. Now each of these cells has a nucleus and it is thin, flattened, polygonal. You know what a polygonal is? Polygonal cells. And they are usually protective and are used for even for filtration. Okay. Now where are these squamous epithelial cells found? They are found in outer layer of the skin, lining of blood capillaries, lining of alveoli, that is in the lungs, and inner lining of the mouth. Okay. Now it is thin, flattened and cells. Now a question arises, if it is thin and flattened, how does it protect the skin? Because we have seen it is the outer layer of the skin. In that case, it comes in layers. Okay. So that it can help in the wear and tear of the skin. And therefore, it is in the form of stratified squamous epithelium. Okay. Now we come to cuboidal epithelium. Now, as the name suggests, it is a cube. The shape of the cell is a cube. It is composed of cube-like cells and the important functions are absorption as well as secretion. And where are they found? This is again placed on a basement membrane. It has a nucleus. Okay. It is present in the inner wall lining of the kidney tubules. Those are collecting ducts there. Ducts of the salivary glands, pancreas and thyroid. Here a modification is there, is known as glandular epithelium. Okay. So it is present in the salivary glands, in the pancreas and thyroid. Pancreas and thyroid, they are endocrine glands and that is why the name glandular epithelium. In that case, there is an inward projection to form a gland. Each of these cuboidal cells form an inward projection and they form a gland, a circular gland. And that is why it is known as glandular epithelium, cuboidal glandular epithelium, which is found in thyroid and pancreas. Okay. Now we come to the third one, columnar epithelium. As the name suggests, these are long, composed of vertically arranged, you can see in the diagram, vertically arranged tall cylindrical column-like cells. Okay, but in this case the nucleus is at the just near the basement membrane. Fine. Now they are mostly secretory in functions, but in some cases it may be absorptive too. These are mainly found in the inner lining of the stomach and the intestine. Okay, the villi, as you know. Now we come to the last one. This is again a modification of columnar epithelium. Okay, here you can see in the diagram, these are all column-like, but one end of it, the apex end of it, has the cilia, fine hair-like structures which are known as cilia. Okay, and in between these columnar cells, one of these modify to form a goblet cell. Here you can see the goblet cell, okay, which has mucus. They secrete the mucus. Okay, now this is a thin tissue. Ciliated epithelium is a thin tissue made up of columnar epithelium that has layer-like structures called cilia. Here, cilia. Okay, now what is the work of the cilia? The cilia moves back and forth to help move certain particles or substances in and out of our body. And where are they found? They are found in the lining of the windpipe. Okay, the respiratory tract. They are found in the inner lining of the windpipe. In the oviduct. What is an oviduct? Oviduct is also, the other name of the oviduct is fallopian tube, which is present in the female reproductive part. And what is the work? They lash out the eggs which form in the ovaries. They are sent into the fallopian tube and further into the uterus with the help of these ciliated epithelium which are present in the fallopian tube or the oviduct. The windpipe, it pushes out here out of the body. So when certain substances which are harmful for our lungs, okay, they are pushed out of the body with the help of the ciliated epithelium. So this is all for today. In the next video we will be doing about the connective tissue. Thank you.